I am extremely late for the setup, but it doesn't matter. The Volume 7 Oscars. Let's go, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, guys. The Volume 7 Oscars.
Hey guys, it's Calxiyn here with
Hey,
I
Cal.
hope that you guys
Cal.
enjoyed this video. So a couple things before we get started.
Look at my boy
So if
Arnold
you guys
dressed
can
up in a
see,
suit.
I originally
Cal
did
in
this
the
with
dress.
Hunter, and then my computer exploded, which has its own video if you're interested in watching me like mentally strangle a computer company.
Yeah.
And then Arnold, you
All right.
have your own.
I'm her
little
saving
premise.
grace. I'm basically her saving grace at this point. She was already coming to visit me, so
Guy didn't
I
prepare
actually
for
had to
dress
go
up
out
as
and get
much.
a suit.
I know, but like, guys, does he not look hot? Because he looks pretty hot.
Looking
I
like a
know.
snack,
I got
I
the
should
suit and
say.
tie, I got the pants, I got all that jazz, and we're here to present to you the Oscars. I do want to say, don't mind the noise in the background. There's construction that's been going on outside of my apartment for the last 3 days. So if you guys hear that from time to
They're
time,
building a moat. Like,
yeah,
quite literally,
they're like
is a
they
giant,
literally
like,
carved
8-foot
like
Oh,
yeah,
I saw that
they, like,
on
carved,
Twitter.
like a chasm in the middle of my street.
We have
so
a little castle, guys. We
Yeah.
just gotta get like some water and alligator. Like, we're all good.
yeah, so this is some cool little event that she and I put together after RWBY Volume 7. We thought the volume was really well handled and well received overall. A lot of great moments, and it's something that we thought we wish Rooster Teeth
my
would have
tie
done
is
something
good enough.
official like this, like on Twitter or on their website or their own survey. So we came up with the categories. We came up with like this entire script and this entire
Best fight
event.
scenes,
We have
best
cue
characters.
cards, we have like
Best
a
male
trophy
VA,
to present,
best female
and we
VA.
basically went through different parts of our community: Twitter, Discord, YouTube.
I posted it on Reddit. It was surprisingly well received there. So thanks
right.
everyone.
So we've gotten over
I'll make sure my webcam
7,500 attendees who placed their votes
Alright.
for the different categories that were basically on display for voting during Volume 7, from fight scenes to grim semblances, voice acting, overall characters, and the like. And we have the results. So
Nice.
we're going to be going through all of these individually.
I'm not sure if
We
I
hope
wanna
you
make
guys
it
like the
1080
effort that
'cause
we put into
my
this.
computer
So
can't
I
run.
know the answers already because again I
Oh,
did do this
yeah.
with Hunter. So I'm gonna have Arnold open all the envelopes because it'll be a surprise for him.
Yeah,
And so
I don't
it's
know
sort
any
of
of
like,
these.
Your own little reaction. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You get to react to who was the
Yeah,
who was the
and then on
comedian
my
picked.
channel, I
Actually, let's hope
on my
I-
channel.
Let's hope my
And all
computer
the
can-
envelopes because it'll be a surprise for him.
Yeah,
And so
I don't
it's
know
sort
any
of
of
like,
these.
your own little reaction. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You get to react to who was the
Yeah,
who was the
and then on
comedian
my
picked.
channel, I on my channel around the 5,000, 5,500 mark, I put out my own video of my votes, so I know which ones I want to individually win, the ones that I voted on, so hopefully this will all come together relatively well. But with all of that said, we hope you guys enjoy.
All right, come on.
It'll be so much fun.
Come on,
Let's
come
go.
on. Alright, my vote for best VAs. I kind of love Taylor McNee as Penny and Jason Libre as Crow. That's my vote. Oh man. Volume 7 was really amazing, not gonna lie. Also, this opening, like volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and like this whole intro. Well, this is it, guys. Let's see who the winner is. Also, my apologies for not making like a whole intro. That's just me. I'm extremely late. I was literally playing online with my friend. Didn't have time to. Oh, there's Ozpin on the
Good
A.
evening, everyone. I'm Kaylin Carpenter.
And I'm Arnold Delgado.
And today we are bringing you the first annual Ozcars. This is a
Oscars.
community-hosted and community-voted event, and we are trying to acknowledge RWBY's work here and RWBY's work on RWBY Volume
Exactly.
7.
Yep, everything from the directors, the writers, animators, riggers, compositors, people who are in the limelight of a volume, and people that you may or may not know of who are, you know, working hard behind the scenes. We're doing the best we can to emphasize their work on the volume this year.
And I think it's a testament to their hard work how hard it was for us to vote.
Yeah.
You know, the quality was just so high that a lot of people were just torn on so many different categories. And because this is our first Ozcars, I do sort of want to explain the process. So we had a bunch of nominees in every category, like up to 13, I think some of the categories had. And just to save for time, we have narrowed those down to the top five that you guys voted for. And now we are going to sort of read those names out and then announce the winner.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited about this too because I don't know who the winners are for any of them. So you guys are going to be just as excited as we are, so we hope you guys enjoy. The first category is Dress to Impress. RWBY consistently ups the ante when it comes to outfit and design changes every few volumes.
I think I would say that
representing her defiance to Jean's red sash in his remembrance of Pyrrha. These designs not only bloom with elegance and flair, but also represent growth among the characters as the adventure continues.
I forgot the nominees.
These are the nominees for Best RWBY Volume 7 Character Design.
Let's see who they are.
James Ironwood.
Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly.
Yeah, his outfit looks nice.
Oz is pushed.
Formerly known as Iron Daddy.
But she will keep returning, stronger and
I
stronger.
love the crowd cheers in the background. Unless we destroy her.
Penny Polendina.
Penny! Penny! AKA Astro Girl. I love her long hair, her dress. Oh man. Penny looks so beautiful.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, Ruby's outfit looks really amazing.
Let's make it happen, people.
I also love her spiked up hair. Spiky haired Red Riding Hood. Ruby's too adorable.
Salem.
General Ironwood.
Praise the window. Best character design. That'd appeal.
The brave huntsman and huntress's bested Arthur Watts. Congratulations.
Oh, it didn't show the finale.
Weiss Shini.
Your waifu's trash compared to her. Oh, real clever, you two.
Aura, the cold of Solitas can kill you in a matter of hours.
She looks like a...
And the OZCAR goes to...
Come on, please.
Excited for this. Yo, my girl!
Yes! Penny!
Took me some time, but
Oh my gosh!
Better even.
Her long hair,
The
her
official
dress.
protector of the city.
that's my
Yes!
We're not
Penny!
going to let a little
Her outfit
ripping
looks
the
so
thread
cute.
stop us, are we?
No, sir.
I'm actually really excited for that. I think Penny's outfit, like,
Oh, let's see what we
she's
got.
an entire model. It's not
Penny-
even simply
who's
just
Penny?
a new
Oh,
outfit. Like, she
Ruby
looks
almost
older,
stole
longer
it.
Hair, nice dress. I absolutely love
And
it. I'm
Weiss
so happy
with
that
third.
Penny won.
So I think that we can say with certainty that one of the most anticipated parts of any RWBY volume is the soundtrack. Jeff Williams, Alex Abraham,
Yes.
and Casey Lee Williams.
They go
everything
ham with the
precedes them.
soundtracks.
The entire music team is working hard to make a sort of full version of every one of these songs, but for now we do have the snippets that bring the world and characters of RWBY to life.
Yes,
Oh.
these are the nominees for Best Song.
Hero. Hero. Insert HP Lovecraft quote here. Fear. Music to your ears. Who will you see there in the darkness when everyone is watching? I'm still trying to memorize the lyrics. When you
Hero.
would die without regret, I offer up my life. With 0 reservations, I will fly to the sun is backward, keep our dream alive. Deliver with
Trust
no
love.
hope. Yes. Fireman, listen to this banger. Open up your eyes. Trust love. The truth is there, but sometimes in disguise. The way's uncertain, but we're together, moving toward the light. When we trust in love and open up our eyes. Oh man, these songs. What soundtrack?
Till the end.
Sad song in the Oh, this song.
subsequent fear of loss,
The pain.
fear of failure.
Give up, Cinder.
Where's Oscar? And the relic?
Hero's gotta win.
As more people depend on you, those fears can take on greater power.
Oh. This moment made me cry. Just Crow having Clover's symbol on his outfit.
War.
Yes! War. This was a hype song as well. Casey Lee Williams, Adrian Cohen, Don M. Bennett, and I think it's called, I think Aaron, if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. I feel like War's going to win.
And the Oscar goes to...
War.
I'm so upset if this isn't it.
War.
Of course! Hero, my boy!
Yeah! I'm not War.
So
Hero. I'm sorry. Hero. I was about to say Hero. I meant to say Hero. You understand there's no sacrifice that I would make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trying to be strong. I'll be your hero. Just hold on.
Dude, this is the song. This is like the hype song that everyone.
Iron
there's always
Daddy.
A hype song for every volume.
Right.
And
Oh,
I think
man.
that this is like the definitive one, not only for Caleb Hiles, but the fact that the song was played during a really great fight scene. Really happy.
Oh,
about that.
War got
Hero
second.
Is the winner. Fight scenes are the bread and butter of RWBY. From the very first fight in the Red trailer all the way up to Volume 7, fight scenes have improved and evolved to become one of the most intense parts
Smith's
of
Poser
the
Pro,
viewing
the
experience,
Maya?
from the choreography and environments
big
to sound
difference.
direction and cinematography.
The animation team, in tandem with the choreographers, work hard to deliver badass, adrenaline-filled battles.
Not
that
only
leave us
just
on
the
edge of our seat and have us
computer
constantly
animation,
slowing
but,
down
like,
each and every
the
frame to see
mocap.
how it all plays out. These are the nominees for Best Fight.
Fight scene.
Cinder versus Penny in Winter.
Cinderella versus Pinocchio in Winter. Fight, fight, fight! Kiss, kiss. That's a cool little RT animated adventures reference right there. Best fight. I'm guessing Arnold came up with that idea. Just the fight, 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 kiss, kiss. And then Bernie and Jeff. Oh no! No, 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 no! God, I gotta make this 720. God, I gotta lower the quality to 720 for this. Cinder's just hungry for power. Oh. What?
Versus Neo.
Oh, there it is. Juniper versus Neo. Cardinal versus Pyrrha, Act 2, exactly. Okay, why is it lagging all of a sudden? Is that meant to happen?
Team RWBY versus the Aesop.
Team RWBY versus Aesop. Teamwork makes the dream work. What other fight scenes were there? I think Blake and Yang versus Robin. Oh wait, that moment was hype right there.
Watts versus Ironwood.
Okay, this one right here. Brains versus the Brawn. Oh.
19.
This is one of my favorite fight scenes of Volume 7. Dude, Ironwood's a beast. Look at him.
18.
And the Ozcars goes to...
I'm not sure if there was one missing.
Swear to God. I'm like on the edge of my
Ironwood
seat.
versus what?
Wow! Wow, really? Oh my goodness, Team RWBY versus...
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see you. Okay, so we got 2 best fight scenes with the award. Team RWBY versus Aesop's is best fight, along with Hero as best song. The yin and yang. Yeah, the fights in this was like crazy. Here comes Harriet.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this fight. I
Who
honestly thought it was
got
going to be
second?
Watts versus Ironwood because that was my. I think that was
Team
like,
RWBY and
the
Juniper
fight as a
versus the
whole scene,
Sabres?
the music, everything. But this was a great fight too. Team RWBY versus the Aesops. It's like,
Oh wait,
you know,
what?
everyone was kind of like
Wow.
match, but it
A
was
second
teamwork
for
versus individualized,
Ironwood versus
skill. So
Watts.
I'm really surprised, and also the music that was playing during this moment was really hyped too.
Okay.
And I'm very thoroughly surprised. Team RWBY versus the Aesops. If there's one aspect of RWBY that's undergone a creative metamorphosis over the years that is deserving of heavy praise, it is definitely the creatures of Grimm. What began as a basic rank-and-file assortment of recognizable creatures like the Ursa and Beowulf has now blossomed into a world of both reality and mythos, as Grimm ranking from the Wyvern and Sphinx to the likes of the Nuclevi and Apathy. This proves that the RWBY is trying to terrorize the audience as much as they are the characters.
Exactly.
These are the nominees for Best Grimm.
I'm gonna be real with
The
you.
Sentinel.
Sentinel. Spooky, scary centipedes. Best Grimm. We really do be fodder though. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just don't know like any of the Grimm types, so
That's disgusting.
so good thing I got the companion
Mega
just to like memorize myself on like which Grimm is which. I thought these were the Borbotusk for a second, but I'm like, wait, they're too big, so they're the Megaliath. Okay. Volume 2 would look like it's Volume 2 would look like it's Grimm back.
The Whale Grimm.
The Moby Grimm. Penny and Pietro getting eaten. The Moby Grimm, as Arnold put it.
The Saber.
Crow punched one of them in the face, exactly. Crow on this part, I love him so much. The spear to the scythe change, that was really crazy.
The Teryx.
Terry and Tariq. Referred to as Terry by the RWBY. Don't barf, John. You don't want the title of Vomit Boy again.
I can't shake it.
And drum roll, please. And the Oscar goes to... Are you kidding? It was in the last frame of the episode. Monstro the Whale Grimm.
Alright. There's the winner right there. The Whale Grimm. Monstro. Kinda curious what Arnold's vote was for this.
I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of
Wow, a
surprised,
56.7?
right? Like, I don't think we've ever seen a Grimm like the Whale Grimm, and I'm wondering, like, how effective it's going to be.
Wait,
if it's not
Terry.
just, I hope it's not just like Salem's
Get out of
personal
here,
like
Microsoft.
deal, but yeah, like
The Mega Live got
I think that's
15%.
how it came out.
Saber
how much
and
people were
Tariq
sort of like,
got
holy shit. Like,
yeah,
I
like,
feel
a hard
that's
tie
why-
right there,
like, what
almost.
the fuck is that? Like, I feel like that's why it just stuck in people's minds more than any of the other. It's kind of when
Yeah.
the Apathy came out. Like, that was like everyone was so
Yeah,
scared.
yeah,
Right? And so this one is sort of similar.
I
Like,
think-
what is flying through the sky? Like, I feel like that's why.
Yeah, I think Volume 8 will definitely give us a real treat for this Grimm in particular. But yeah, you guys voted. The Whale Grimm is the winner.
Have you ever wanted your very own superpower that could evolve with
Semblance?
time usage? Well, that's too bad, because this is the real world, and we saw an overwhelming amount of semblance in this volume, ranging from offensive, defensive, and utility that was so awesome to see in action. Not only can semblances tell us more about the characters themselves, but they can create a domino
Nominees for
effect
favorite
when it comes to
semblances.
interacting with other characters.
These are the nominees for best semblance.
Aura breaking. Come on.
Or breaking. Oh, that was Tyrion. I'm so mad that Fiona got sliced. Yo.
Good fortune.
My semblance is
Good
good fortune. Lucky you, huh?
Wow. Rest in peace, Clover. Good fortune. Lucky you, huh? It's like a force field. I love that. John referenced the volume.
Lie detector.
Either take it or I'm going.
Pakunoda! Hunter x Hunter, anyone? Who got massive Hunter x Hunter vibes from just looking at this?
Tell me again. What is Ironwood building?
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
A new communications tower.
I love these descriptions they're
trying to
putting
help
for like each
everyone.
nomination and for like each category. So
You're telling the truth.
handy semblance.
Pocket?
Palm pocket. A bag of holding confirmed. I think Arnold said this was either Naruto or Inuyasha. I haven't seen the anime, so sit, roll over, heal, play dead. I think you mean Zarwado!
I really hope it's like a force field, Calxiyn, because the Oscar goes to... Oh, my boy. Hold on, I'm having trouble taking this out. Stay! Oh, wait.
Yes!
Stay. There you go.
Zarwado!
Stay!
Fun fact, guys, the voice of Mero in RWBY is also the same as Abakio in JoJo's, and he is a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Semblance, that shit's so cool, man. Just like freeze you in a fixed area
Who
for
got
a
second?
predetermined amount of time.
13.4.
I love it. That was like the best.
The lie
semblance out of
detector,
the ASOS,
aka
my personal
Pakunoda
favorite.
from Hunter x Hunter,
Very
or Hunter x
happy
Hunter,
that
whatever
this
you
one
pronounce
turned
it.
out. What did you think about it?
I think that lie detector is an interesting semblance, but they didn't necessarily go all in. Like, I think that next volume with having to prove Crow's sort of innocence will get a lot of interesting scenes with lie detector, but they really set up sort of Mero's
How long are we
semblance
in
in
this?
case to sort of have
It's
these
5:24. Are you serious?
20
20 minutes?
That makes sense
Or
for the
25
entire
minutes,
volume.
actually.
Yeah,
Whereas
he
I
used
think
it-
with other people's semblances, they're sort of setting them up for next volume.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like Mero's
Exactly.
is very like, we're gonna set this up for the rally. We're gonna set this up
for the initial
fight.
Grim fights.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he used it against Grim. He used it against, you know,
The crowds,
the
right?
crowd, and
Yeah.
then he
And-
used it
That's what I
against
mean.
Team RWBY. So it was kind of like
Exactly.
sprinkled throughout the entire
Like, use it against
volume, which was
Weiss's
really great.
summon.
So my boy Mero came in clutch.
Shipping is a large part of every fan community, and RWBY is no exception. RWBY Volume 7 gave us many moments that led to ships being rekindled, invented,
All right, here we go.
cracked, or straight up extinguished. These are the nominees for Best Shipping Scene.
Blake and Yang.
I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us anymore. Keeping secrets,
The freaking description.
lives,
Bumblebee,
makes
Bumblebee,
you
Bumblebee.
wonder
How are
far
you
we're gonna
freaking
have to
pronounce
go
it?
to keep doing the right thing.
Let me love you,
Blake,
dang it.
we did.
I
what
mean,
we
I
had
would
to
say
do.
this is an overrated ship
I know.
because it gets too much recognition than any other
Clover
one.
and Crow.
You shouldn't do that, you know?
Stab through
Don't
the.
worry, I gave that up.
And
I meant
Crow's too,
deflect the
boy.
compliment. Those kids wouldn't be where they are without you. You've had more of an effect on
You guys
them
really
than you
putting it
realize.
out there.
Penny and Ruby.
Ruby,
This ship took
I
a
just wanted
dirt
to
nap
say
for
how
3
excited I am
volumes.
to be working with you in a professional capacity.
As friends.
Me too.
I love
Penny.
Penny so much.
Relationships are so interesting and varied.
Ren and Nora.
This is so exciting.
Yes. You're welcome.
I
Thank you, Arnold.
like what you did with your outfit, Ren.
We should probably stay focused on the mission.
Okay, this has to win.
Oh,
It's not a Naruto.
I like your outfit.
It's not a
too.
Naruto ship where we have to wait until Shippuden for a
Ruby
ship
and Oscar.
Oscar?
you
to be
forgot.
young and
I didn't
awkward.
mean to
You
interrupt you.
didn't actually.
I just
I
wanted
had the
to
thought
say.
that maybe
The scene.
we should tell Ironwood.
They're socially awkward.
Well, I guess we're on the same page, huh?
Yes, sir.
careful, Oscar's still underage.
Kids.
And the Oscar goes to...
Please. I'm gonna be mad if it's not...
I'm calling this. I'm taking credit for Ren.
Yes!
It only took 2
Yes!
volumes. I made that Ren
Yes,
Renora
that's...
in a nutshell
Yes!
video. And then Renora became confirmed the next chapter, which led to their victory.
Oh my gosh!
Shippers, you're welcome.
Ren, what's going on? Why won't you just talk to me?
Yes!
You know,
I'm so glad they didn't pull a Naruto with us.
Talking.
Where we have to wait until Shippuden, where they confirmed Naruto and Hinata, along with Sakura and Sasuke. Yes! Yes! This is the ship that we've all been waiting for. Well, personally, I only got into RWBY when Volume 5 was about to start, so hey ho!
You know, sort of show up for this one.
Got a close
Does that
second.
make sense?
Clover and Crow got a
I guess
second?
considering how everything went down, I don't know.
I'll say, opposed to that, this is 7 years
16
in the
point.
making.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean? Like
true.
Crow and Clover
Blake and
really
Yang.
kind of established.
They got a third.
Like
Actually, wait,
their,
fourth.
I
Oh.
guess their relationship.
Yeah.
RWBY and Oscar
this volume,
awkwardness.
Where, you know what I mean? Like I feel like at the
Pietro
end of the
Maria-
day, this
Maria
was gonna
take-
beat out
Everyone
everything.
can recognize that
Iron
kiss
Crow
was,
hug.
like it.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I mean?
was
that
like
was
I
it.
gave you everything you could have
together,
wanted.
like Boop, like there's so many things that just built up to that moment.
That's
So yeah,
true.
Ren and Nora definitely deserved that. That was great. The
Yes.
Aesop came out in fighting force and immediately captured the attention of viewers as early as Chapter 1. We hated them on sight, thought they were working with the enemy, loved them and apologized, only to then hate them all over again when we realized our instincts were right the first time.
Nevertheless,
Yep.
each member brought something charming, fun, and relatable to the table, and it's only fair that we announce who among them is best boy or girl. These are the nominees for Best Aesop.
Best Aesop.
Clover, Ebby.
Doctor.
I
good to
love
see you.
Clover.
Well, we heard a report of an
Fun fact,
unauthorized ship
his
making
English
an
VA is also the
unauthorized
same as
landing
Mr. Aizawa from My Hero
unauthorized
Academia,
use of weapons by
and also
non-licensed
Miles Edgeworth from Ace Attorney.
If we could just talk this out.
They'll be able to talk this out once they get up to Atlas.
Got Christopher
Let's move
Whitecamp.
Elm Adern.
They tend to-
So bad.
Thick Thighs Save Lives.
If we had known who you were, we'd be laughing over a hot meal right now. And
I understand you were just following orders.
Oh, dang it.
I mean, you could have
Dang.
asked us some
Don and
questions.
Bennett came to, like,
Harriet,
a
Bree.
Thought you said
Arkansas
your son was
convention
like
in
mine.
my hometown, and I'm so sad that I didn't get to meet her.
I've seen other speed summonses before.
Harriet?
That was different. I think there's more going on than you think.
Marrow Ammon.
Some of us are all asset, zero
liability.
Yeah? Think I've got some liabilities?
I
El?
love Marrow.
Your brains, for one.
He's a real gamer out here.
Did ask.
Find Zeki.
In trying to save everyone.
Who are you again?
back down from a fight.
They can't focus on one single fight while trying to win a war.
And
Oh,
the Oscar for Best Boy
Wow.
or Best Girl of the Aesops goes to...
Gamer Boy.
You know it. You love to see it. Marrow Ammon, Best Dog Boy.
Let's go, Abakio!
Questions are for the weak. But we're all on the same team now. Not that I'm happy about it.
Yo. Not that I'm happy about it.
Clover?
Has a second.
Don't take Marrow.
I love his animation.
Let me just say really quick. I feel really bad for Vine. I feel like Vine.
Yeah, Vine got
so shafted this volume.
Exactly, I was about
He's
to
got-
say.
He's got a semblance. Like
Clover with a second, Harriet third.
He's got a weapon on his back that we never got to see, and it's
Mhm.
just very unfortunate.
You know
He
what
got
I
destroyed.
think the key to victory would have been for Vine is that there was concept art release of his hair, and he looked like
Ooh.
a sexy, like Targaryen elf man. Like he had the long
Yeah.
white hair, like
Yeah,
he looked
I saw
like a
that.
Game of Thrones character.
Ooh, what-
I
We'll
don't
put
know.
that on screen
That
for
may
sure.
Oh, his hair kind of reminds me of.
have
Yeah.
changed the table.
Oh, what was that character's name?
I
I
think he
think-
was an overall
I think it-
fan favorite.
Oh, the long
He's-
white
He's
hair.
a dog.
I only
And
saw
they
his
had the
character
concept
look,
art
but
with
don't
him,
know
like,
like
dog
his full
ears and stuff
story.
like that,
But
and the pony- like,
and I haven't
yeah,
seen his anime.
Marrow
But
is
Inuyasha
overall
is
a
like
great character. I'm
that
glad
one
that he
character.
won.
I forgot his name instantly. I'm gonna
I
display it
know,
on
he's
screen.
taking it
He's taking two Oscars home tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, great job, Marrow. Have you ever watched a chapter of RWBY and thought to yourself, God damn, that was a great chapter. Like, I'm gonna have to
Exactly.
watch that chapter 2 or 3 more times.
Almost
And then
every
when I'm done
episode.
with that, it was so good. I'm gonna then spend my entire day watching reaction videos of seeing other people's reactions on YouTube.
There were so many phenomenal moments during RWBY Volume 7, and it's not hyperbolic to say that some of the best that RWBY has ever had to offer is represented in our nominees tonight.
Damn straight.
And every member of RWBY should be proud of their work that they put into each and every episode, because as fans, we could not be prouder of your efforts. These are the nominees for Best Episode.
Chapter 3, Ace Operatives.
The quintessential RWBY experience.
What would you guys do without me?
Yeah, the Aesops were sick in this episode. Like, look at them!
Chapter 6, A Night Off.
Oh, this episode.
Go.
Cue Hunter x Hunter music.
Penny, what's going on over there?
God.
Put down your weapon and surrender.
I love hate Tyrion.
But we're nowhere near finished evacuating everyone.
11.
You'd be leaving Mantle to die.
This is where Ironwood.
I would.
Ironwood turned full Shadow the Hedgehog on us. Anti-hero.
We can't allow Salem to capture the relics. This is our best chance at getting the staff, the lamp, and the maiden as far away from her as possible.
He has to be stopped.
Chapter 12.
Oh,
I trust James with my life.
this moment.
I wanted to trust you.
Rest in peace, Clover. Okay, when I saw Crow and Tyrion fight Clover, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, half of me was like, oh my gosh, Crow's semblance, his bad luck. I'm like, Crow, stop. But the other half, I was hyped because it gave me like vibes to Bungo Stray Dogs, like Atsushi and Octagawa versus the enemy from season 2 or 3.
You just killed Clover.
Like Fitzgerald from season 2 or...
Chapter 13,
like,
The Enemy
whoa.
of Trust.
The single quality that is common
Oh.
across every living creature on this
Volume 8's Waiting Room.
Will you be proud of
But like
that
I said,
person?
back to Bungo Stray Dogs, like season 3, I think it was Mori
Will you understand why
or
they
Fyodor.
felt the
I
need to
haven't
do
seen Bungo
what
Stray Dogs season 3 in
they
like
did?
a year since it went off.
Will you even recognize them? Or will the person staring back at you be the very thing
You
should
lost,
fear
Ironwood.
from the start?
God, Jason Rose
we all
had
find
an
out
excellent performance in
sooner
this
or
volume.
And the Oscars goes to... Hell yeah! Hell yes! Gravity!
Yes! I'm declaring martial law on the abandoning mantle!
Salem is coming and he's going to use the staff to move Atlas. If we don't stop
Oh man. This is where the Aesops turned on us as well.
What? No!
This episode had to win, all because
I'm sorry
of
it's
this
come to
moment
this.
right here, along with
But until Atlas
Ironwood
and relics are safe,
and Watts
we're all under
going
arrest.
against each other, like fighting.
We won't just let you take us.
This episode, I swear. Like, we won't let you take us, then the Aesops get in the way.
This was such... I honestly think this is the best episode in all of the show. Like, it's very much up there.
Chapter
It's
12
definitely
got
top contender
third.
to be like one of the best episodes. The writing, and this was done by Miles and Carey. So I really, really loved how everything was on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Mantle is, we're working side by side with Mantle. Robin's coming to help us, and then
Yep.
shit goes to shit. Ironwood turns on them. The
I
Aesops
agree.
become the
I
enemies.
think this is the best of the best this episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that this volume soundtrack is so incredibly varied, and I think that is because of the talented guest vocalists that shared their voices alongside Jeff and Casey Williams. In more recent years, guest vocalists have been an exciting addition to the RWBY soundtracks, and with Volume 7, the hype for these songs and these vocalists has never been higher. We love all the new and returning additions, and we welcome you with open arms into the community.
These are the nominees for Best Additional Vocalist.
Alright, come on, come on.
Adrian Cohen.
Adrian Cohen, Aaron Riley, Don M. Bennett.
Don M. Bennett.
Don M. Bennett, the voice of Elm. She's also Tai Yamada from Zombieland Saga. And she also voiced Anren in RWBY Volume 4. Along with freaking Kale from Dragon Ball Super. Jeff Williams, Casey Lee Williams, Adrian Cohen, Aaron Riley, and Don M. Bennett. Caleb Hiles. Fine, yes. You no matter how I am despised. Yes, heartless, I am mine. I am power, I'm due process. I will smite our enemies destroyed.
Santi C.
Santi C.
Party people gonna stay up late.
I love this song as well.
Ruby, Nora.
Your voice is a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
I'm so glad you made it. It's just Marrow and I tonight, so more friends means more fun.
And the Oscar goes to
Caleb Hiles.
my boy, Caleb
Yes!
Hiles with Hero.
Take my hand. I'm here to protect you. Nothing will stop me. Understand, there's no sacrifice that I would make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trust me to be strong. I'll be your hero. Just hold on.
Yeah, I think the thing
Trust me, Arnold,
Caleb
you know
that
you
is
want to
so
sing it as
different,
well.
From the other vocalists, who obviously also did an amazing job
got
on
second?
those songs, but Caleb had this
Wow,
collaboration with Casey a couple months ago.
67.9.
And I think that really like made him known to our community first, and he just has range, man. Like if you listen to some of his songs, like he can do the low, he can do the high, like he just has so much vocal range. I love this.
God, I gotta listen to his covers now.
Really well, like when Ironwood shoots, like I would die.
Yeah.
Like so good. I can't wait to hear the full song. Not only just to get more information on like Ironwood and because it's from his perspective.
Get ready, guys.
but to just
July,
see- because,
June
like,
or July,
the snippets that they
like
give
late
you are
June
great,
or
but there are so many
early
songs
July
that once you
is
hit
the
full version,
soundtrack.
it kinda changes
Mark your
the
calendars.
Thinking about that too, just because they're like "Life Is Mine," for example.
Oh
Like
my
we heard
gosh.
part of it, and then like
That song changes up on you, like 4 different
everything,
times.
like just comes in, right? And so I'm just gonna be so excited to see how all of these songs turn out, like the finished product.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Santi C song, and so
Yeah.
I knew he
Yeah.
was gonna win. But I just really liked. I just love his bouncy
Yeah.
sort of. I mean,
He
I
also
love all the songs. but
another
I
cool
love
thing
that.
too is that like, Adrienne, Santi C, and Caleb have all collaborated with Casey in the past. So I think it's cool that
Yep.
like we have Alex, we have Jeff, we have Casey, we have Lamar, but I really think each one of these vocalists did a phenomenal job. And the soundtrack is more varied.
I'm
with so many
excited
different,
for
like,
Hero!
options and vibes
This whole
throughout.
thing!
So
Please,
I'm a big
please,
fan. And
Rooster Teeth
Hero
just
won,
released the soundtrack
best song
already.
as well. So I think shout out to Caleb
I
for
think that it's tied together. Like you know, the song was so great because of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to you, Caleb. When it comes to any character portrayed throughout the RWBY series, one fact is always certain. The voice actors and actresses' main goal is to embody the characters they portray in an attempt to deliver an immersive and engaging experience for the viewer.
With an array of characters ranging from old and sassy to, oh my god, it's a dog.
Yep.
It's always important to remember and acknowledge the passion, charisma, and personalized styles that these performers bring to the table whenever they take
Taylor
their
McNee and Jason Lee
These
Bray.
are the nominees for
Please.
Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
Aniris Quinones.
We get along well enough, sure. I
Sorry
can't
if I
hold them
butchered your
cheap
name.
alive.
And
They
there's
do the same.
Quinones.
But that's a job. We don't confuse the two.
Get it, girl!
Salem's hands. You know we need
God,
to be
that
working
camera shot.
together.
Whoever came up with that, I'm not questioning.
Right from the start.
Caitlin Glass.
I'm sorry I couldn't come down for your party. I'm
The same voice as
Afraid I'm not
Ashido
feeling
from My Hero Academia, as well
you
as
doing
Haruhi
in your
Fujioka and
father's
Oran High
office?
School Host Club,
may have done
Winry
something.
Rockbill from
Something wrong.
Fullmetal
We all
Alchemist
simply
/ Brotherhood.
assumed that at this point.
Jen Taylor.
Time isn't on your side, Jay.
Oh!
It's
Definitely not
always
Cortana from
been
him.
on mine.
Fun fact, guys, Jen Taylor also voiced Princess Peach, Toad, Princess Daisy, and Birdo in various Super Mario games. Or just like various Mario games in general. Like the Mario Sport games.
The futility of your situation.
So literally, I'm just like, okay, so we have Peach, Daisy, Toad, and Salem. That's...
Lucy Christian.
What's your name?
She also voiced Little Miss Malachite from... Lucy Christian, also Little Miss Malachite from Volume 6. Uraraka from My Hero Academia. Hestia from Is It Wrong Trying to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. Nami from One Piece.
Melissa Sternberg.
Stolen straight from our surveillance
Maria. Sassy old Grim Reaper for the win.
Why can't people just do what they used to?
Oh man, she even appeared in like an Arkansas convention here in Fayetteville as well.
Oscar goes
I'm
to
so sad I didn't get to meet her.
My girl Cortana, Jen Taylor.
Wow,
Actually,
Jen
Sailor,
Taylor.
not Cortana. This is Ruby. Oh man.
Your mother said those words to me.
My mother?
I will not get over the fact that Jen Taylor also voiced Princess Peach, Toad, and Princess Daisy and Birdo
so
and
great.
Mario.
Like, she is a master of her craft. She's been doing it for a while. You know what I mean? Like
Sassy
I
Granny
remember that
got
one story
second.
That Miles and Carrie would tell where
Maria.
they initially. Where they initially got,
Actually, wait, no, never mind.
They initially
Second.
got Jen to do
I'm sorry, I'm
the
all over the
narration
place.
for Volume 1, and they had her
Wow,
for like 2
and Eris
hours,
got
but
second.
she nailed that entire narration in one take.
Wow.
Caitlin Glass
she
got
was only
third.
in the volume for like one major scene, which was the when she was in the she was in the Seer Grim.
Yeah.
So I really love how she just commands your attention. That's the biggest thing that I love about Salem.
Like that was
volume.
her most, I guess, conversational like part of the volume, because we did see her at the end and she just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Right? And so I really feel like that scene just had so many emotions. Like, she talks to Ironwood like he's a child, like in trouble. You know what I mean? Like the look that she has on her face when she talks to him.
Yeah, very motherly.
You know, how she sort of talks to Ruby. Like, all of those lines were just delivered so well. Like, I think she does such a good job. And she sounds so intimidating too without yelling. And I just sort of love that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, she just has this intimidation factor just like built into her voice.
See Salem,
like,
me. She's just standing there.
What I'll say
menacingly
is that I just love how when Salem or when Jen performs for Salem, everyone stops what they're doing and they listen, they stop what they're doing, they drop everything, and she commands your attention so much.
Evil as well.
I love the fact that Jen won that. That's phenomenal. And as a follow-up, these are the nominees for Best Actor in a Supporting Role.
Okay.
Chris Wettkamp.
Well, Aesop's are handpicked
Welcome
to
to
perfectly
RWBY
complement.
And he's
so we
gone.
can focus on our assets, leave our liabilities.
I need healing. Sorry, wrong support.
Dave Fenoy.
Maria, yes, with a cybernetic
also voiced
optical
Dr.
impact.
Ruby Grimmy Clips. And I heard he's also in the Star Wars The Clone Wars series. I haven't watched it myself. I'm going to eventually.
Mick Lauer.
AKA Abakio. Man, I did not sign up to be a babysitter.
I'm sorry. Is she?
This wasn't us. I swear.
This wasn't us. I swear.
Miles Luna.
All right.
Voice of the thirsty mom. Oh man. Arnold, are you responsible for these descriptions?
Where did you learn to do that?
I mean, makes sense because he was the one that edited it and just
Shannon
said it in
McCormick.
Twitter.
That power.
Took Oz an entire volume to write that mono.
You're back, aren't you? You saved me.
Actually, you saved us. Oscar,
Stop. All I want to know is how we save Atlas next.
And the Oscar goes to...
Oh, what? Jason? Okay, who else?
Chris Wettkamp as Clover Ebby, my boy.
Wow.
Someone had to take the fall.
Good luck.
James will take the fall. I'll make sure of it.
God, this moment, dude. I almost shed a tear from this.
Good luck.
Give us the crow scream.
Yeah, I really loved, like, Clover was a great
best supporting
role overall, but I think it was really delivered for.
Wow, Marrow got
unfortunately,
second.
Clover is one volume stay,
Yeah.
so
Third place
really,
was Jean.
Like more than anything, I just hope that Chris had like a great introduction into the fandom more than anything, because it's always great to get new talent on board
I hope
and
he
to
had a good
become,
time,
you know what I mean? And it's just like, hey, you're gonna be introduced to this new fandom of supportive, supportive people that are most likely gonna love your character.
And then you're gonna die.
And then you're gonna die.
Chapter 12 comes around.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed your time here, but no, I think he did a great job. They also recently did an AMA, so they got to be more personalized with the characters and their roles.
I really like Clover, but my heart was sort of set on Pietro. I have to admit.
Yeah,
I think that they all did a good
I
job.
thought I heard
with
something
Volume,
outside for a second.
Yeah, of course.
And having the return of Ozpin like that, made things a lot spicy, you know what I mean? I don't think that people were necessarily expecting that, so when he did come back, I was like, ooh, Shannon McCormick, he may take this one.
Yeah,
that's what I was. It was a very tough sort of category of the supporting roles.
Absolutely. Another thing, too, you mentioned for Pietro, Dave Fenoy, this isn't his first roundabout for RWBY.
Yeah, because he did
Dr. Merlot.
In the
I haven't played
Grimmy
Grimmy Clips
game,
yet.
was pretty
It's in my
cool,
Steam
and
library.
That's also who my money was on, but ultimately, Chris's performance was great. I think he sold the character really well. He led it up all the way up until the
I also
final
loved
good
his
luck.
Chris' performance. I loved him as
for that,
Aizawa
congratulations.
and Edgeworth.
These voice acting veterans gave us some of the best performances of RWBY Volume 7. Some of them are actresses that have played and are reprising their roles, and then some are newly introduced but veteran voice actors for other series. Their performances are a testament to their commitment, dedication, and the old adage of nothing ventured, nothing gained. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actress in a Leading Role.
Christina V.
Clover, I'm so glad you're here.
The miraculous happy
Maybe
huntress
you can
herself.
help me understand why this truck that's
Keep in mind, guys, she's also Darkness from Konosuba, Killua from Hunter x Hunter, and Kotori from the Love Live franchise.
In the middle of nowhere. Are you lost?
Elizabeth Maxwell.
But
Oh!
Penny, we must
Best
still
big sister,
acknowledge
don't
our
at me.
personal feelings. Wrestle with them.
Oh,
Ensures us that we're on the
Elizabeth
right
Maxwell. I heard her voice in Plunderer and also My Hero.
I still can't believe those idiots beat us here.
Jessica Negri.
Vacuo was supposed to be the next target. The timeline has changed.
But yeah, Elizabeth
You said the
Maxwell. I
phone
loved her
boy has
voice
the
as Midnight as well.
Find him. Take it.
Taylor McNee.
Now that I'm the official protector of Mantle, I don't
Come
really
on,
have a
please,
team
Penny!
anymore. General Ironwood says I don't have time for friends.
Oh. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I wish I could do both the things I need to do and the things I want to do. Is that normal?
That's about as normal as it gets, Penny.
Lindsay Jones.
How did
We don't know.
Teaching RWBY to lie since 2013.
We were in a train crash, and ever since, well, suddenly Oz wasn't there anymore.
I would love to see Lindsay in more anime roles, because
Did you
she
learn
voiced
anything
in
about the
Overlord
relics
as
before?
He
I
told
forgot
us
who,
the lamp
but
can answer 3 questions.
I'd love to see her
But
more anime.
all the questions were used up already.
And drum roll, please. The Oscar goes to Taylor McNee.
Yes! Yes!
I am so happy.
Yes!
I wouldn't say I missed.
Penny! I'm so glad you won.
Did we not start yet?
Oh, Taylor, I'm so excited for you.
Haven't.
Start what?
I feel like, okay, so quick little side note fun fact here. We recently discovered that Taylor McNee
You're gonna say
Has a YouTube channel.
We recently discovered that Taylor McNee has a YouTube channel. It's called Simply Betta, and she has a very passionate hobby interest in collecting betta fish.
Penny Paulandina's voice
Hey
actor.
guys, I'm Taylor from Simply Betta. I
Congrats,
love Bettas.
Taylor,
They're
you
my
won an
hobby, they're
award
one of my
for the
passions
Oscars.
and my interests. And before this winter hits, which you can see I have a little bit of snow outside, before it gets super cold in my area,
I'm bringing in some fish into the fish room, some new fish. So coming up shortly, like I'm gonna have a bunch of unboxing videos of new species, of some new fish I'm gonna be working with. So I'm I'm bringing
Taylor,
a bunch in before
I want to meet you so
too
badly.
late to be
If you ever come to
bringing fish in,
RTX,
just
I
due to
want to
the
meet
weather,
you
'cause
so
it gets
badly.
cold, very cold. I hate it.
And I lose most of my hours now watching her channel, and it's weird too because I hear Penny, you know, because she's the voice actress, and she did a phenomenal job this volume. Of course, I think Penny overall for this volume has been more relevant than she's ever been before, especially now. She's the Winter Maiden. She had a lot of screen time both for character development with her and Winter, you know, her and Ruby, and also just having a lot of fight sequences. But I cannot unhear Penny tending to betta fish. So I really want someone to just animate, go to her channel, take one of her videos and animate Penny talking about like
really
tending to fish and stuff like that.
Art, I want it so
yeah. Oh my gosh. If you guys like, I would love for all of you
Please,
guys to just
someone
check out
do
her
it.
channel. It's called
Please,
Simply
I beg
Betta.
you.
Hopefully we'll put like a link in the description.
Yeah.
But like it's literally just like comfort food for me to watch. I know nothing about fish, but the fact that she's, you know, she did a great job this volume. She won this nomination. I feel like she deserves the
All
plug.
right, Taylor McNee.
Yeah.
18%. Wow, 18% Elizabeth.
Like, now that she has sort of the Winter Maiden
17.1
powers
for
like
Jessica
I feel like
Negri.
that her emotional range is really gonna
Lindsay got
expand. Like, she has
12.7.
experienced death. You know what I mean? Like
Christina
firsthand, like,
got
not just like,
10.1.
oh, Pyrrha died in the tournament. You know,
Yeah,
all that's
yeah.
Pyrrha died by Cinder. I mean, and you know, all of that considered, like she has experienced death firsthand. You know, the city that she is supposed to protect is being destroyed. Like there are a lot of emotions here, and like you know, she already has range, but I feel like she's gonna have range. Like it's gonna get like really, really intense.
It's like you're not gonna tell if she's a robot or a human at this
and I
point.
can't wait to sort of see that from her, and I think she did a really good
Congratulations, Taylor. We absolutely loved you this volume. And as a follow-up, these are the nominees for Best Voice Actor in a Leading Role.
Aaron Dismuke.
Well,
Aaron!
I can tell you what I think. The path you're heading down, where
I literally cannot hear Aaron again because not only he's Oscar, but he's also Senku from Dr. Stone.
Christopher Sabat.
You know, James.
Definitely not Galaxy Brain Vegeta.
Marvel.
The symbol of peace as well, All Might.
Truly. Even before you went and did all this, the different types of dust, the biome system, and of course, everything that goes into controlling them.
Jason Lieber.
That feeling.
Filled some big shoes this volume. Yep. It's not Vic, but it's still Jason. I'm voting for Jason.
On, I think.
He did such an amazing job as Crow.
She was always the best of us. Bit of a brat, though.
Taylor McNee and Jason Libre are my two votes for best voice actor.
Jason Rose.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, Jason Rose also had amazing performance in this volume as well.
But the fact of the matter is, I was
Iron Daddy in real life.
The minute I softened, let my guard down, that's when Salem had her open.
Josh Gorell.
Robin Hill.
Maniacal laughter intensifies.
Quite the impact around here.
Tokoyami from My Hero.
Hope it's a smile.
Armin Arlet from Attack on Titan.
I find it.
I heard he's also the main character in ID Invaded.
And on the flip side, the Oscar for Best Voice Actor in a Leading Role goes to
Jason Libre.
Yes!
What?
Jason!
Oh!
Rose. Oh my god.
I mean, he was my second vote.
Ironwood, man.
It's my second vote as well.
Excellent philosophical points that won't matter if Salem wins.
Jason, I'm so happy for you.
Listen, I am done letting others' inability to see the big picture get in the way of doing what's right.
The loyalty
I honestly
always
think I'm biased
matters.
Right now for this win because
Jason,
I
wow, Jason
honestly
Libre
think
got
Ironwood is my
second.
favorite
Oh my
character
gosh.
in the show period now.
Oh.
And it's majorly due to Jason's performance. Jason Rose, because there's another Jason in this category. Jason Rose's performance, he took Ironwood to a place
Jason
I never
Douglas,
thought
Jason
we'd
Rose,
see
Jason
him in.
Libre.
You know what I mean? Like from Volume 2 getting his first introductions, you know, he seemed like, you know, he would never go the dark route of sacrificing lives, of turning on anybody and everybody out of fear.
It was such a hard category, but I feel like he's so.
I always like to put it as
like,
J.
there was
Jason
just so
Jason.
much emotional range in all of these scenes, and him shooting Oscar, crazy,
boy,
crazy,
you know?
and even the voice acting there, like it's general.
Them kids.
Yeah.
Where's that Michael Jordan meme at?
My favorite delivery from Jason was when, you know, Blake was like, oh, you know, man, we're not done evacuating Mantle yet. You'd be leaving them to die. And he's like, yes, I would. Like, that's just, like, chilling. To just hear and to see, like, yeah,
it says,
willing to do
we're
that.
with you, and
again,
are
I think
you with
Jason
me?
emphasized and brought that to life in the character really well.
I think my favorite is when he's like, all, like, excellent philosophical points. Or
That won't matter.
That
Salem
line.
wins.
Like, I just
Yeah.
loved how he...
Yeah, he brought the
I love the
character, and I just
I
think
love how
that
he's like,
there's
loyalty
far more
always matters. Like that
had
line was
with Ironwood
perfect.
And seeing just how far they're willing to push that character, maybe over the edge even for Volume 8. So, Jason Rose, congratulations, man, you deserve it.
And Jason
Nothing
LeGray
says a
got
brand
second.
New volume, like some new characters, you know, as if the show doesn't already have a bajillion of them.
But here's the thing. The
Exactly.
majority of the new characters this volume felt like they were given ample screen time to breathe and have purpose besides taking up background space.
Yeah.
From the Aesops to the Happy Huntresses to the long-awaited characters like Willow Schnee and Pietro, each brought with them a layer of fan adoration, personality, and plot relevance. And it'll be great to see many more of them.
My vote's on
during their
Willow.
return to Volume 8.
Except for Clover. He's not returned.
Oh, God. These are the nominees
Really,
for
Cal?
Best New Character.
God put us like that.
Clover Ebby.
But you were on a team before, weren't you?
Good luck finding someone better than me.
I just found working alone
Adding to the
tends
pile.
be for the best.
Well, I think that's a shame. Alpha here. Give me an update.
Clover.
Marrow Ammon.
Sure. We won't have any
Who's gonna
problems,
tell me I've been a
as long
good
as
boy?
you stay within the law.
The law isn't perfect, you know. It's certainly not equal.
Trust me, I'm well aware. That sounds great. And you're planning to do all that equalizing legally, right?
Everything I've done is legal.
Of course. 100%.
Pietro Polendina.
When the
Definitely not
first challenged
Geppetto.
us to find the next breakthrough in defense technology, most of my colleagues.
But yeah, like I
pursued
said,
more
Dave Fennoy hit the voice of Pietro in this, in Volume 7, along with Dr. Malone, Ruby Griffin Clips. I heard he was a character in Star Wars The Clone Wars. I only saw the movie, but I haven't watched the series yet. I'm going to eventually. The final season's airing. I gotta get caught up.
Robin Hill.
Yep. Still here, everyone.
I take from
How
the
do a
rich and
disgraced
give to the
scientist
needy.
and disappeared serial killer find each other, General? Why would they target you? And why are you working so hard to
I can
hide
just
the
see
Amity
like
Communications Tower
Darkness's
from them?
personality on Robin. I don't know if that's me.
Willow Schnee.
Man.
Willow,
Okay,
please.
I'm afraid your father may be involved in something more dangerous than he realizes. No matter what happens, Weiss.
Please don't forget about your brother.
Whitley wants nothing to do with me.
Of course not. You left him alone.
Willow.
And adding on to the pile of additional characters, the Oscar goes to
Willow.
Robin Hill.
Oh! Robin?
I'm the one who believes in all of you. You've proven to me that as individuals, we are strong.
I can definitely see
But
what the
together,
comments will
we
say
are
about this.
unstoppable. So no
Yo,
matter
Christina,
what,
I love your voice as
or lose,
Robin. I
we
also
will
love your
continue
voice
to
as
fight for our
Darkness
city.
in
Because it
Konosuba.
is this city that brings us together.
Robin Hill, leader of the Happy Huntresses.
Who got second?
I think she had
Clover and Marrow.
Because, you know, she got introduced in Chapter 5, so I think a lot of the mystique around her was from Rest in Peace Forrest, who gave a lot of, like, kind of like the
Also the
initial
OP.
inkling.
We were
Yeah, that
like,
as well.
What is she doing? Is she working with Tyrion or against Tyrion? Like, there's a lot of sort of fan
How do you feel
speculation
about
on
Robin
that.
Hill in particular? Because I know
feel
you're a
This is great.
I know you're a big fan of her voice actress.
Yes, I think Christina V just does a good, like, such a good job. And I feel like, obviously, there's the voice acting element, but there's also just, like,
Also
her
Darkness.
character as a
Are you
whole,
taking
right?
turns
That
to me?
she's based off
What
of
kind of
Robin
delicious
Hood,
torments are
like,
you and
her
the Dohan planning?
Her crossbow that sort of fans out into
Looks
this
like a bird, yeah.
Right, her exploding, like how she, you know, put the dart in, like Tyrion caught it in his mouth and then it exploded. Like there's just so many things. Her voice acting, obviously, like I love Christina V so much, especially for Miraculous Ladybug, right? But there are just so many other parts of her character. I also like her nicknames, like Wags and like all that
Wags,
stuff.
5 o'clock shadow, fisticuffs.
So, like,
Fisticuffs is my favorite nickname that she gave
the best thing
this
about Robin
volume.
that I love is that she's so she has a level of conviction for Mantle that almost supersedes.
Forgot to mention she's also.
Just because like the
I think I said this, but she's Kilo Zoldyck. I just finished Hunter x Hunter,
and ultimately,
almost
you know,
when 2020 is about to
over
drop.
everything that happened in Volume 7, I always think that she never let.
So Arnold, I hope you're proud of me. I got caught up with Hunter x
Hunter. Come second to anything else that was happening. So in terms of Robin as a character, you know what I mean. I also think she's a great fighter for someone who doesn't have an offensive semblance. Her semblance, I think all of the Happy Huntresses have a very utility-based semblance. You know, invisibility, you know, pocket dimension, you know, lie detector and stuff like that. So overall, like I loved a lot of the action that she was in. Her versus Bumblebee. And her, you know, going up against Tyrion with the others.
And you know, in this category as well, there was Willow, and so when I was sort of looking at the results, I was like, like I wonder how Willow will do. I do think
still
that
thinking
her
about
role
the
maybe
only
more in the next volume, whereas Robin had such a prominent sort of presence. Like Willow, I feel like they
Vex out here
just
like
so
don't trust a person
there.
that throws a chair and yells only.
You know, and that next volume with Jacques being in jail and Whitley, like we'll see a lot more of her in particular.
Yeah, I think
she's been a long-awaited one. That's why I was.
I was just about to say that. I think similar to how like Renora was 7 years in the making, and it's obvious that was gonna win. I think the reverse was with Willow, where you know, obviously from the first episode, Weiss, it's like okay, she has a mother and a father. We only hear about her father. And up until Volume 4, I thought maybe her mom had passed because we had never heard anything about her. And then we get the first mentions of her mom in Volume 4, but then it's like you have to wait another 3 volumes before you actually see her. So I feel like, you know, it could have been too little too late for her in terms of this category. But overall, I think all of the nominees were perfect fit. But you know, congratulations to Robin Hill.
Robin, like, took that shit.
Christina, you won an award.
Can we leave that in?
If you want. Cunning and ruthless, RWBY's female antagonists hid in the shadows this volume until they pulled the rug from under us and our beloved characters. Be it their
Arnold.
meticulous approach, combat finesse, or partial victory, you can't deny the impact made by each and every one of them that kept the volume entertaining until the very end.
These are the nominees for Best Female Antagonist.
So, Cinder,
You Atlas elites are
lacking
all
backstory and motive since 2013. Thank you,
You
Arnold.
think hoarding power means you'll have it forever, but it just makes the rest of us
Eddie,
hungrier.
Kiersey, Miles, Carrie, anyone, I don't care. Give us a backstory, please.
Neapolitan.
Actions speak louder than words. Dang, Neo really went ham on this as well. Like, I didn't even realize that Cinder and Neo arrived in Atlas. Because I thought that we were going to get, like,
Salem.
a whole scene where they were going to recruit members for their attack on Atlas. That was what I mentioned back from Volume 6, Chapter 13. But, you know, what are you going to do? Head charge.
And the Oscars goes to Best Ice Cream Girl Neapolitan. Let's go.
Neo! She was here right up... I'm sorry. Right under our noses.
Really? Tell me you found what we've been looking for.
Nice.
God.
I'm really happy that Neo won this.
Yeah?
Let me just say.
Wow,
that.
it was half
She
the
did
votes. Are you
this volume.
kidding me?
You know
Yeah,
what
I mean, she got the
like,
dub.
She infiltrated.
Salem with
Why do you
31.
keep calling it that? The dub.
The dub, like
What
dub,
does that mean?
like in video games, a dub means like a win.
Okay.
Yeah, so like she got the dub, so she got the win for the villains.
The dub.
Some game.
That for the audience.
Yeah. So that was a gamer moment right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And so she infiltrated by.
I mean, I'm happy with Neo winning.
And then obviously like going after Oscar.
Yeah.
Right.
She transformed into
RWBY.
She transformed into a Atlas.
Like that was the pinnacle
like
of Neo, and I think that the best
like a Schneemer waitress
was
or
when
an
she transformed
I
into
I can't even
Nora
speak.
and made that
I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh my
She
God,
transformed
it was
into
just all so
Oscar,
good. And just how
Nora,
she fights and her movement and how
and now next she's gonna transform into Pyrrha.
Like, Jean, you're coming at me. Like, how? Like, whatever will I do? Like, I love Neo
She's
so much.
she puts on a show. You know, she's a show woman, if you will. She speaks through her actions. I think that's like her strongest suit at this point. She's the one character that like, she doesn't, she lets her actions do the talking essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing.
Because she doesn't talk. But,
amazing song.
But yeah, I'm honestly like really surprised. Like, not surprised that like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she won. But like, she ultimately was the reason why the villains had a win to an extent. You know what I mean? Like Cinder failed again. Salem was on her way, so it was up to Neo to kind of pull the wool over Oscar's eyes. Another thing that I do like about the transformation part was that I think she turned into Nora because of that previous interaction where she was, pretending to be Oscar, and she saw how friendly Nora was towards Oscar. So she was like, I can turn this into like a reversal and turn into Nora and then go after Oscar. So I do like how that came to.
Yeah, there were
also that moment
like,
where she attacked Ren.
Oscar went up to her, and then she turned into Nora when Ren was like fighting.
Yeah. Oh man. Ren fell for the bait.
Honestly, I mentioned this in the discussion too, but I was expecting her to turn into Pyrrha.
Yeah.
I think that would.
I don't think that is out of the cards yet, sis. I think that is well within our. You know what I mean?
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for Neo to turn this to Pyrrha.
Coming at her, right? If it was Jean, it probably would have been Pyrrha. And so maybe if Jean like stepped
Jean
it up
was
next
the first
time,
one that she like came in contact with, and for Oscar, it wouldn't have been like. He would have just been like, oh, that's some random lady. You know what I mean? And because she was at the Vital Festival tournament, I could see some cross-pollination with her figuring out,
the
competition.
Who Pyrrha is,
yeah,
right?
everyone to an extent
I was surprised when people were like, why would she turn into Pyrrha? She doesn't know Pyrrha. And I'm just like...
Who doesn't know who's on the box of every Pumpkin Pete's Marshmallow Flakes?
But yeah, I think that, Cinder did a great job in this volume, especially her voice acting more for me. Like, I feel like that we got so much range out of Cinder's character. This is renewed interest in her character for a lot of people, but Neo, took that shit home.
And in terms of Salem, I think Salem's, the stage was set for next volume. So Salem will definitely have the potential for that next volume, but gotta give it up to Ice Cream Girl. Not to be outdone, the male antagonists were some of the best portrayals of divide and conquer this series has seen.
Tyrion,
watching the three-part act unfold between Watts, Tyrion, and the incredibly developed Ironwood made for some of the most compelling antagonistic moments of the series. We were left speechless with their antics, and as a result, we gotta put respect on their names. These are the nominees for Best Male Antagonist.
James Ironwood.
When Salem hit Beacon, even with all my ships,
the Tin Man has truly lost his heart.
I was no.
Put some respect on their names.
I've never felt so helpless. The way she told me she was there.
Ironwood. He really had it this volume. He's the gift that keeps on giving.
What are you doing? The will of our goddess!
You maniac.
Arthur Watts.
Our tin soldier's heart has cost him his mind. You need to keep their attention on Mantle for as long as possible.
You want more chaos than a grim invasion.
If anyone on Remnant could deliver that, wouldn't it be you?
And boy, put respect on their name because the Oscar goes to Tyrion Calxiyn!
The Mad Lad.
Here they come, right on time.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna team up with you, Crow. Let's put the kid to bed, and then look at us working together. Psych!
You know my
kills Clover.
With the authorities.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I
32 for Ironwood.
I honestly don't know who my favorite villain is.
It's
Tyrion.
So
Tyrion, I thought it was gonna be Watts the entire volume because it's man's lurking in the shadows. 6 episodes in, no one knows who he is. No one knows he exists. And then Tyrion came through, you know what I
Excuse
mean?
me.
Like he caused the stir up during the rally, and then he had that 3v1 in the alleyway, and I thought he was done there. I was like, okay, this man's done. It was cool while it lasted, but then he came through for the three-peat, right? 3v1, 2v1, backstab. I'm back in the game. He's out there at large.
Wearing the pilot's hat, like who could forget? You know, how could he not?
Yeah.
Have won? I'm so
Oh
serious.
man,
Like
yeah,
Tyrion
the
is
will
just
of the
such
goddess.
a fun character, and like Hunter and I made a video a couple volumes ago when we were like, Tyrion's fucking annoying. Okay, like just I don't remember why exactly. It was one of his interactions with Emerald and Mercury that I was like, you know what, they're doing this a little too hot. Like,
he was
they're
really
going
like
too hard
putting
with
us on the
this. I don't
spot
like it.
all the
But I
time.
feel like that this volume, the writing for all of the
And we
characters
keep
has
telling
been
him like
elevated,
that's
and
enough,
Tyrion was
but then
really,
he
really enjoyable.
still kept
I also
going.
think, like the setting for like that moment for Tyrion back then was played on a little too thick because it's like
that's what I
there's
mean.
not a lot of tension going on. There's not a lot of like ridiculous, like you know what I mean. Like the stakes aren't raised that much between volumes 4 to volumes 4 and into volume 5. So I'm just like. Now
Laying
with
it on
everything,
thick is, like, the perfect way to
yeah,
do
but now it's kind of like this is Tyrion's playground. He gets to have his fun. He gets to, and like shout out to Josh Garrell as well. You know what I mean? Like Tyrion has had a lot more vocal efforts this volume, and just a lot of time to just kind of
lot of
say his
performance.
piece and just be a spectacle whenever he's on the screen. And I absolutely love the fact that he's the winner of Best Antagonist. I'm so happy. These supporting characters were integral to the development of our leads. It was truly a joy to watch them grow over these last 13 chapters, and we loved them this volume.
While not necessarily the stars of the show, Volume 7 saw a healthy balance of supporting characters which helped.
No, come on. Are you serious? Hold on.
I absolutely love the fact that
Come on.
He's the winner of Best Antagonist. I'm so happy.
God, this is the second time
These
it
supporting
buffered.
characters were integral to the development of our leads. It was truly a joy to watch them grow over these last 13 chapters, and we loved them this volume.
While not necessarily the stars of the show, Volume 7 saw a healthy balance of supporting characters which helped
Robin will continue
Whoa.
that fight.
Okay, just cut off. Fiona?
Can you share a few words?
Freya.
Yes.
Freya?
I've been
I don't know what's up with the YouTube premiere, but
for some time, I think. What was I waiting for? Me.
A lot of time to just kind of say his piece and just be a spectator of development volume.
Characters.
Will you share? Robin will continue.
okay, I guess it just goes. So Fiona, Freya,
Maria Calavera.
Maria Calavera.
I aged like
She's
a
along for the ride at this point.
Would have been here sooner if I hadn't run into these.
You have anything to do than harm a
At the time, I
defenseless
thought they
old
might
lady.
need my guidance while fighting a little.
I remember going to see the Volume 6 premiere in theaters. I went with my friend. When I saw Maria display on screen for the first time, I was like, oh, this is the lady we saw. And then my friend's like, hey, look, it's my grandma.
The longer this waiting game goes on, the harder each day gets for people down
Nor be
here.
telling
And
it
now
like
you
it
wanna send in
is sometimes.
More soldiers? You can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the grim.
Nora.
Willow Schnee.
He started locking
Willow,
his home computer,
a worn-down mother doing the best she can.
but he still has blind spots.
Girl power and all that jazz.
I put them in every room of this house. For our safety, in case I ever need it.
And the Oscar goes to Nora Valkyrie.
Finally, someone said it.
Let's kill some cake.
Huh? Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1. Who says I can't? Who says it, huh?
Nora.
Oh, I love
Nobody
Nora.
is arguing with you about this.
Great.
Ruby, Penny, and Nora are my favorites.
Especially
She got
main-
50.9,
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah.
you really
19.5 for
Nora's
Willow,
sort of, like, pushing
13.6
for,
for
working with
Maria,
Robin and, like, helping the people of
8.3 for
Mantle, and sort of
Freya.
her confrontation with Ironwood. Like, I feel like she was a great supporting character for Ironwood as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well because that scene in particular kind of gives you a little bit. You can empathize with Nora because she came from nothing. You know what I mean? At the very least, from when we were introduced to her back in Volume 4. So for her to empathize and sympathize with the people of Mantle, seeing how, you know, the rough patches that they're going through. Made a lot of sense for her to kind of lash out at Ironwood that way. And for also Ren, the fact of the kiss between them two. I guess like
she made the first move.
I want to say like the bumpy road that they went through this volume, constantly being butting heads with each other. You know, Ren kind of becoming like the yes man of Ironwood, being like, yes, sir. And then even at the end when the relic was lost, I think all of that really played into Nora having a big supporting role both for Ironwood and for Ren. And as a continuation, these are the nominees for Best Supporting Male Role.
Clover Ebby.
As a potential councilwoman, you
Wow,
should probably
Clover.
focus on the election instead of harassing Huntsman.
Safe to say, I'm your
Now,
good luck charm.
It's time to let us pass.
I think you've misjudged
You
the
the man,
situation.
no you the man.
One way or another, these supplies are going to get where they're supposed to go. Mantle.
Then I suggest you do that through the proper legal channels as a councilwoman, if you get elected.
Jean Arc.
You guys were incredible.
It's totally the haircut.
The way you took down that Geist without needing to plan your tactics out, you just knew exactly what to do.
Marrow Ammon.
Yeah, real cute.
Wow, Marrow's
Look,
getting a
try
lot
not to be
of
too much
awards
of a distraction.
recently.
We need to be vigilant in case.
In case what?
In case someone tries to start trouble.
Oh, funny. That's why we're here. So feel free to take a hike.
Listen, the general's trying to help, all right? Just because you can't understand.
What's going on here, Wags?
Professor Ozpin.
The single quality that is common across every living creature on this planet is fear.
Pietro Polendina.
Much to my surprise, the
Pietro.
Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Not quite.
God, Pietro.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes. And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little more.
I feel so bad for
And bringing it
Pietro.
home here, the Oscar goes to Mr. Lucky himself,
Clover Ebby.
Robin needs help. Surrender, and we can take her to Atlas. Get her patched up.
Never pegged you for the manipulative type, but I've learned a lot of things tonight.
I enjoyed working with you, you know. Even with that endless cynicism of yours.
I'm usually proven right.
We don't have to fight, friend.
Nice.
You don't
Glad
know
to
my
see you run
friends.
too.
That's how it always
really great.
goes.
I feel like in some cases, you know, the voice actor award
Clover
in
got
this one
38
does line up
with
the character, just
26
because
for
the voice
Marrow,
acting, like, really, like,
14
helps
for
to take it
Jean,
there. You know what I
8
mean? And, like,
for
a lot of Clover's
Pietro,
voice lines are
9 for
in
Ozpin.
supporting Crows as a lead role. Does that make
Whitley
sense?
got
Because I feel
shafted.
like that's why these two are particularly very connected.
I also think as a supporting role itself, Clover was that for a character. He was that for Crow. He was being very encouraging, very uplifting, telling him not to dodge compliments and to just be, you know, the best version of himself, and to realize that he makes an impact in other people's lives. And I think ultimately that was the biggest level of support that Crow needed up until his passing.
And the other Aesops were also supporting, but I feel like he also supported their downfall, if that makes sense, because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't there during the fight, and they kind of needed their leader, right? And so I feel like that's sort of interesting as well, that he was also sort of, you know, when you think
He's the
about
glue
it,
that kept them together.
there was Clover, and then there was the Aesops, and then there are characters like Crow. Like, it's hard because sometimes there's characters in between, like Nora is sort of an in-between one as well.
Yeah. So
right,
I definitely agree. He's the glue that kept them together. And as he said in Chapter 3, what would you guys do without me?
Nothing.
Well, they're about to find out now. Shout out to Clover Ebby.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the final award of the show. RWBY would not be the same without their leading characters, and Volume 7 went above and beyond in giving a plethora of characters the spotlight to tell their story, make their impact, and leave their mark on the series in a way that will continue to be discussed, analyzed, and theorized for years to come. The characterizations of these leads this volume will not be easily forgotten.
These are the nominees for Best Leading Female Character.
Best leading female?
Neapolitan.
No!
3 scoops of awesomeness. Best female lead character.
This crazy girl showed up and attacked me, but she looked like someone else.
Neapolitan.
You know her?
We haven't exactly heard.
Oh man. Neo.
Penny Polendina.
Penny.
You sounded fine. You were just speaking from your heart.
I was so excited when Penny returned.
I should have just stayed in line.
Salutations from the Winter Maiden.
I guess you're right. I don't understand.
Ruby Rose.
I'm
My
trying to
girl,
do what I
Ruby.
think is best, but
Victory's in a simple
I really
soul.
can't tell if what's best is what's right, or if I'm no different from Oz.
Ruby, Oz only trusted himself with the whole truth. You're trusting others, but you're making sure they prove themselves.
Either Ruby or
first.
Penny.
I think that's a pretty big difference.
I hope so. This says I'm a huntress now.
Wait, hold on. Give me a
But I
sec.
don't feel like I know much more than I did at Beacon.
Weishney.
Weiss?
Weiss.
You can arrest
Jacques
me anytime, Weiss.
You're under arrest. Can I do that?
Winter Schnee.
The more I
Best
thought of
sister.
it, the more I saw it.
Pure would like to have a word with you.
A chance to do some real good for Atlas.
Pure would like to have a word with you.
Remnant.
But your destiny was chosen for
My money's on these three right here.
without your input.
Perhaps.
It's mostly Penny.
But I'm choosing it now. I've made it my own. And I take great pride in it.
And for the best lead female character, the Oscar
Or Ruby.
goes to...
Last minute change.
Your girl, Penny Polendina.
The general is leaving Mantle to perish?
He's saving Remnant. We can't let the relics fall to Salem.
Did Ruby get second?
But all those people we just protected, they won't survive.
We don't have time to...
That doesn't bother you? What about your sister? Our friends? I do not see what is good about any of this.
Oh wait, I gotta do this right.
Absolutely well-deserved. Like I said, Penny
hold on.
has been far more relevant this volume than she has ever been in the show. Volumes 1, 2, and 3. She has plot relevance being the maiden.
There it is.
She has immense development and characterizations with her interactions with Ruby, with her interactions with
Ruby got
Winter,
second, my girl.
Kind of blurring the line at this point between
Weiss,
robot
everyone's
and
calling her
human,
best girl.
and kind of having a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
not
that
judging.
emotional
14
baggage going into
Weiss.
volume 8, and kind of seeing the fate
Robin
of
got
her. We
7.
her backstory.
Cinder
you know,
got
her
shafted.
fate tethered to her father.
12.7 for Neo.
I'm a big fan of this
And Winter.
decision.
I think that especially next volume, things are gonna get crazy because they sort of set up like, you know, her relationship with Winter, and they have this interesting sort of sisterly.
Yeah, volume 8,
relationship
we're in the
almost.
end game.
And then also, you obviously have the winner of our other category, the Whale Grim, right? And that's obviously a reference to Monstro
Yeah.
the Whale from Pinocchio. And you know, in Pinocchio, what basically happens is that the father gets like sucked into the whale, and they're all in the
Pietro.
same airship, and so it's sort of like, are y'all all gonna get swallowed, and
Yeah.
then you all have to get out? I'm really looking
Okay,
forward to all
I'm done.
that, and
Plus-
you know, just where Penny is going,
Yeah,
like as a character.
I personally am wondering how she's going to harness her maiden powers. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Exactly.
she's literally fresh off the boat, like maiden powers. Like, how are you gonna harness this? And I really don't think that things are going to. I think the villains are really going to kind of push for this victory because everything is within proximity of each other. Ironwood can't go into space. Penny is the maiden that's tethered to the vault for the staff.
Yep.
And I feel like that has to be concluded before we can move to Vacuo
Yep,
or
I
anywhere
agree.
else. So
And I also feel like with Penny specifically, what's going to be interesting is just
Give me a
how
sec, guys.
other characters treat her now. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's a lot of, you know, Cinder saying, like, I can't believe I'm not gonna lose to some toy.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, oh, like, Penny is already a robot, and we talked about that in our analysis on this channel. Like, Penny's already a robot. You could, like, customize Penny.
give me a sec,
she's the
guys.
strongest thing in the entire world. And Cinder is someone, you know, she's jealous of people with natural talents, and there's a lot of, like, how fucking dare you, as a robot, you get the maiden powers and not me. Like, you don't need them, I need them. There's a lot of sort of that in there, and I feel like that's also gonna be a super interesting dynamic of, like, you're just, you know, you're just a robot, you don't deserve it, I do, and all that stuff with Cinder.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Penny. I think she has a lot more growth and a lot more to prove and a lot more to show.
I'm so glad
for
she
the next
came
volume.
back now, seeing
Exactly.
how would happen. Like, I feel like people weren't sure at first.
Yeah.
But now that we see the result, it's like, yes.
I think it's a far more impactful return to form for her instead of it simply being we brought her back for the sake of fan service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, rightfully so, You know what I mean? The first episode, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what the other 12 chapters are going to deliver on. But I think it's still wise to be, you know, to give the benefit of the doubt and to at least see how things play out before you come to the conclusion of, was it a good decision or a bad decision bringing Penny back?
Was really
yeah.
good.
Also, we get Taylor McNee again, so I'm really happy to see. And I'm
Her
also really
reprising a role.
nervous because, like you said, like Penny's fate is now tethered to so many different things. Like her survivability is based on if Pietro lives. Her survivability is based on the mate. You know what I mean? Like as long as she's able to open the vault, I think that is like the thing that can keep her around, like with Raven. But again, like we explained, very well deserving of Penny, and very happy to see that she took this one home. And as a follow-up, these are the nominees for Best Leading Male Character.
Arthur Watts.
That is what
He really was a pain in... Yeah.
However, I've heard things about you too, Jacques. Namely, that you have an ironwood problem.
That bastard is costing me more money every day with this
language.
I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat.
What if I said you could have your cake and eat it too? I love that meme someone made, just the Leaning Tower of cake.
James Ironwood.
I am done letting others' inability to see the big picture
That's
get in the
general
way
to you.
of doing what's right. Robin, the council, this kingdom, even you.
And you're as dangerous as she is, James.
It's General.
James, that's what my friends call me. To you, it's General.
Oscar Pine.
If you abandon Mantle,
The Compost King leveled up his
chance
phone.
of reuniting the world. You abandon Remnant, leaving millions to fend for themselves.
Farm
so if
boy?
you can survive. What kind
All excellent philosophical points that won't matter if Salem wins.
Listen to me.
No, you listen.
Crow Bronwyn.
There were a lot of those back in our day.
Crow, my favorite character.
But this
of
one was
RWBY.
a summer secret. When she didn't come back, Ospen seemed just as in the dark as myself and your father. Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
Tyrion Callows.
Oh, that sound. Still a large volume and intensifies. Oh, that sound though.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Are you ready?
My heart is literally pounding. Like, there's gonna be riots in the street. There's gonna be people like harassing us on social media. This is rigged.
We didn't do it. They did.
We have the evidence. We have the statistics. We have the numbers to support and back
Come on,
this
please,
up, okay?
please.
The Oscar for Best Leading Male Character goes to, drum roll, please.
Please.
Yeah! Oh,
What?
he won! James!
Yes!
That's just about all the pomp I have in me. If you'll excuse me, I have
Iron
to back
Daddy
on this
won!
operation. Well then, enjoy the cake.
Yo, I love Ironwood this volume.
Your speech outros are improving.
Oh
sir.
my gosh.
If this was anybody else, I would have just walked out. I would have
Yes!
been like, I can't do this anymore.
Yes!
I'm done.
Yes,
This is
yes,
great. Have fun
yes.
next year. He deserves it. Like, he
so deserves
best character. Like, Ironwood put Volume 7 on his fucking back and just dragged it through like the freaking tundra. You're right. Not to say
Ironwood.
that any of the
Who had
characters were bad. It's just Ironwood.
20.6 for Crow.
Go back and watch Volume 2 Ironwood and just see that character, and just like
think of where we
just
are
think
now.
of where we are now. Just see like the night and day, and it's not over yet. Ironwood. He's my favorite character. He's my favorite character in RWBY. Sorry, Weiss. You know, I think I have a thing for Elysians because it's like, it's Ironwood, it's Weiss, Winter's also in there somewhere, Penny's also in there somewhere, so I might have a bias towards Elysians. But no, like, Ironwood definitely deserves it more than anything.
I definitely think that no RWBY character has ever had quite an arc as Ironwood has. Like, Weiss, kind of. Like, Weiss has had a big change.
I love it.
Exactly.
She had a big change.
This
in
was a volume for
amount of time.
Weiss.
It was like a slow burn almost for her
Yeah.
to change. But with Ironwood, it happened so quickly, but also so naturally as things just kept falling and falling apart.
There's so many, like, I think a big compliment to this change to this character, like this massive character like flip for him, is that everything was laid out for us in previous volumes.
Yeah.
Volume 2, Ozpin's like, why are you bringing half of your military halfway across the continent? He's like, well,
Also, what's going on out there?
panic is what brought them here. You know what I mean? Like, he's always been very, like, everything that he's done has been on the foundations of fear, paranoia, panic, and wanting to do what's best. And
for a minute there, he was, you know,
yeah,
even
it
Watts
was
says
very
this, right?
back and
Watts
forth,
is
too.
like, oh, you know, the Tin Man has like lost his, like Ironwood has lost.
I'm
his,
so
you know,
happy
his
that Ironwood
mind
won.
and
Yeah.
went with his heart, like all of that sort of stuff, right? Like he sort of abandoned logic for a minute, and like look how that turned out for him. So
Yeah,
you know, all of those sort of things. It was very back and forth to him trusting and then him not trusting.
Yo.
Right, and all that stuff. Him trusting his heart, but then him going back to just pure logic and pure numbers, because that's what his plan is. You know, abandoning the people of Mantle is a numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
Like, would you want one person to die or 6? That's
Yeah.
sort of how he's measuring.
It's like
it,
you
right?
kill one, you save 1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I am so incredibly impressed with where they're taking Ironwood. I think
The
this is like
anti-hero
for the
section.
best, and I think this is also going to be part of, in my opinion, what I think it is, like the fall of like Ironwood's current generation of like protectors, right?
Yeah.
Like Ozpin died at Beacon.
We're not sure if he's gonna
Lionheart
get the
died
Aesop's
at
back.
Haven, and I honestly think that things could reach a fever pitch
And
moment.
even Crow, right?
where-
Like
where
Crow
things
isn't a
could fall out.
headmaster, but like he's also had those
He's right.
sort
He's the
of,
right-hand man, in
you
my
know,
opinion.
He's had those sort of like
Hold
flags,
on,
if that
give me a
makes
sec,
sense.
my
Like there's
phone's
an
going off.
Ironwood like fall from grace flag, and definitely like a situation
Yeah.
with Crow where he also may be in some troubles. And so I feel like that's interesting, especially because the last headmaster from Vacuo, we know that he hasn't been in contact with Ozpin for
MIA.
years. He just went fucking rogue and was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore,
Yeah.
even though he's still sending students to the,
Read after
to the
the
final
fall.
festival,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah,
Exactly.
like I just think that that's so interesting to see them just get picked off like one by one.
Yeah.
I hope
And the
Winter
thing
is
too,
the headmaster
it's-
though. If Ironwood dies, I hope Winter will take over the
I
school.
I do think at the very end of the day, I think it's very tragic where Ironwood is, because it's of his own, like it's all in his head.
Yeah.
It's like he's his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
And like he's not willing to listen to like what other people are considering, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because I remember Volume 6, even Tyrion mentioned, he was like, oh, if if General Ironwood comes to his senses and
Yeah.
recruits
And he
aid from
didn't come to
Vacuo.
his
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
And RWBY was kind of like, hey, if we get this connection going up, we can even call for help. Like, that was the right call to make. 'Cause
I'm
that's
really
what the
excited for
villains
Ironwood's
didn't want to
character as
happen.
well.
Right.
And so, objectively,
This
I
is
think
really
like,
going to be
him being
intense.
so in his head and like jumping to conclusions about it, because everything was a coincidence. That's what I love about it. Like, everything was a coincidence. Cinder and Neil coming into the picture was a coincidence.
Yeah,
like, none of that was
And
calculated.
he was like, Hazel is here too. And
Yeah,
Hazel's
Hazel's here
just
too.
at home.
Nope.
He just like
He's
you know,
not
he had
there.
his feet up on the sofa. They ordered a pizza. Like Hazel's nowhere near.
Yeah, and it's just the domino effect. And
Also, where's Hazel,
I
Mercury, and
absolutely
Emerald
love-
been
and I
since
know
Volume
we didn't really get
6?
to talk about this, and we had other categories in mind after the fact, but like one of the best moments of this volume was Ozpin's monologue of fear and what that can do to you and what that can turn you into, and then that was doubled over with the song Fear at the end of the episode, and I think that perfectly encapsulated Ironwood for me. And
really
why,
fills
like, 'cause
in.
I'm a big fan of psychological thriller. That is my favorite aspect of shows and anime and movies, and especially when it comes to character development and growth. And like, I'm very fascinated, and I'm very invested in Ironwood as a character more than ever. And I never thought I would have said that going into this chapter 1. I would have never thought by the end of it Ironwood would be my favorite character. But they did him absolute justice. And I think this volume was great overall. Again,
It's
shout
building
out
up to
the
volume 8.
writers, shout out to the animators, the compositors, the riggers, everybody who played a
All the
vital
crewbie.
role in putting the show together.
And it's
You know what I mean?
awesome now to see, like, at the time of recording, people are putting their camera work, their lighting
Yeah.
work, their storyboard
The
work.
mocap
and, you know,
is
I think
so
it was
phenomenal.
Melanie Stern or somebody who had said this on Twitter, but it's like, you know, so much of the attention is sort of like RWBY, the animators, but it's not just the animators. You have people doing the lighting, you have people doing sort of like I said, the camera work, the mocap suits, like all of these sort of different positions that don't really get the attention. Special effects, like sound editing. There's just so many, you know, positions.
I'm
that
happy
sort
with
of
the awards.
Put
all right.
everything together that we don't even realize, you know?
Yeah. So I for one think that this volume was great. I think Eddie and Kiersey were a breath of fresh air this volume.
They were.
It deserved like some proper attention, because Miles even mentioned it, that this volume was hard to write, and they don't know how well they would have done if it wasn't for them two. And they
I'm happy for
contributed
those
to a
two
lot
as
of
well.
great things. Thirsty moms, who could forget. We definitely have some new categories that
I personally love
continue this
Eddie
with
for
Volume
adding that
8,
tidbit
there are
in
gonna be some additional
Chapter 5.
categories that we're definitely gonna follow up with and include. So this next year's will be a lot more robust than this one, even though this one seemed like probably is going on for God knows how long at this point.
I think best meme and like best
Best
like,
meme,
oh, shit
best
moment
best
was
shocking
a good
moment,
one,
best meme. And just independent like community things like the memes, like you said. But overall, first off, this was really fun to do.
It was fun. I'm so
this
glad
was really
that we
fun
were able
to
do this. I know like my computer broke and like I was like
Oh, that
freaking
sucks.
out, right? But you know, sometimes everything happens for a reason, right? I hope that my computer didn't have to break if this was the reason, but at the same
Praise
time,
for
it's
Cal's
like,
computer.
I just really enjoyed doing this.
We
I think this was so good.
We ultimately just had a lot of fun doing this. At first, it was just like, hey, let's make the poll, and then it evolved into, hey, let's record this, and then let's actually kind of make it like
The dress up, yeah, I was
One
about
of my
to.
sister's trophies from her dance competition, you know?
Yeah, like this was kind of just a fun little thing that we wanted to do for the community, because it's something that I feel this volume, it was just such a great volume overall, and we wanted it to kind of be in the public like discussion, especially with the volume being done. And you know, it's another thing that people in the community can look forward to during the dry season, because we're not going to get any news and information until at least the summer
For RTX
and stuff like that. And I know that there are a lot of people that
Arnold
are
said the exact
just as
same
eager
thing.
as I am to figure out who won certain categories. We had over 7,500 attendees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's no small number. That's nothing to scoff at, especially with. And again, I think that's a testament to how good the volume was overall.
C2E2, they said
I love the
chapters
volume.
12 through 14.
I'm really happy with a lot of these nominees. I hope you guys are too, because you voted for them.
Chapters
so
12 to 14,
if you don't
yeah,
vote,
they're.
It's your fault.
Chapters 12 to 14 is being written right now.
Thanks to everyone who has been patient with my computer issues. Like, this was supposed to be out Valentine's Day, and clearly it was not, right? So there was
Today
that. Thank you to
is
people who wanted to react
March
to it.
6th. I really need to change that.
Yeah, Dan
Hopefully
and
they
Bree.
still do it, but like there were a couple people that are like, I want to do a
But
reaction
then,
to the results.
again, tomorrow's the 7th, so
Yeah,
what
we
the
won't
heck?
sue you, unlike maybe the unlike a different award ceremony. You know, not putting any names out there. These are the Ozcars, by the way. Just
with a
saying.
Z, all
just
right?
just throwing that out there. Also, shout out to puns. Puns are fun.
But
That's
puns.
everything. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please leave your thoughts in the comments. What you guys thought.
I'm
about
happy
the
with the
nominees,
awards.
What you guys independently voted for, and everything else in between. It was an incredibly fun experience to do. I hope we get to continue doing it. For as long as RWBY is going on, which that means
This
we're
took like an hour and
stuck in
30
this.
just to
We
do.
can't get out of it.
I know.
It's already like.
Again, thank
Never
you
mind,
guys for
an
watching.
hour
Make sure to
40,
comment down
6:40.
below about, you know, what you think of the
Almost
nominees.
6:40.
If you do think that anyone was snubbed, if you think it was well
Damn.
deserved.
Also,
you
we
know,
miss you,
whatever
Forrest.
think.
Forrest,
all that
yeah.
sort of stuff.
Rest
You
in
know,
peace,
I have a
RWBY.
Patreon. Give to my Patreon, not Arnold's. What else am I trying to say? Subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Social media, you know it.
Yeah.
I know it. You know what to do. Anyway, that's
Anyways,
it.
thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Yo. I'm happy with the awards. Oh. Hold on, I need a minute. Guys. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.